Hey guys, it's been a while. Been busy working, all the good stuff, life. Anyway, just wanted to let you know, give you an update on what's going on. Haven't had a whole lot of time to do much, but I got the command bridge in here, and I've got the top, the hard tops in here. Here's the command bridge. So I had a chance to sand it all down, cleaned all up, took all the hardware off it, got everything prepped to start filling holes. So that's what I'm going to do today, is fill these holes. Hey guys, so just to give you an overview of what I done for prep, I put some PVA mold release onto these pieces of plywood. Just use as a backer. I'll show you where they go. So there, I'm just going to screw them on. I'm just going to screw them on to fill the holes right here so I can actually start doing my layup. What I'm going to be using for this is just a laminating resin. I got this, I don't know, out on the island when I was out there. But that's all I'm going to be doing. I already got my pieces cut out, and I'm ready to go to fill this in. Okay, so this is it with the backer in place. I just put a couple of screws in, so when I start laying up, that it's not going to fall through, obviously. So there. Then I'll worry about the little holes afterwards. I just want to get these big ones dealt with and then move on to the rest. So okay, so I'm almost ready. Start on this one first. Open appointment slot, and want to help market blood dots. Yeah, I'll be chatting with Marissa this Friday. 55% off select mattress sets, up to $800 off select TVs, and great deals on sofas and sectional. Interesting financing available on the Brit card. Almost Midnight Madness is arriving this Friday at the Brit Sunoco. One for work and one for play. One for home and one for away. You can have it both ways with the Eyewear Expert Parent Fair deal. Because when you buy one pair of glasses, you'll get a spare pair at 50% off. With thousands of designer frames to choose from. Plus, Eyewear Expert offers computerized eye testing, same-day lens cutting, and contact lenses galore. With great package deals, Eyewear Expert is a clear choice. See for yourself in the bottom of the Northfield or Eyewear Expert. So because it's a polyester, I am mixing up a little bit of gel coat. It's a wax gel coat, so once I paint it on top of this, it's going to seal it, and it's going to allow the laminating resin to cure. So just mixing this up. It's a little MEK catalyst. So now we just wait for this to cure, and I'll be back. We'll have a look at it. So I just took all the screws out. There's a few hours later now. It looks like it's all dried, so I'm just going to try and peel the wood off the back. See how it goes.
Hi guys, I just wanted to give you an update on what I had done and an epic fail that had happened to me. So I'm not afraid to admit my failures, so I'm just passing it on to you guys what had happened here. Earlier in this video I kind of showed that I was going to put plywood as backing so I can put my fiberglass layup on it and it wouldn't stick to the PVA. You saw that I pried it off, and I had quite a bit of problems trying to get it off. It stuck to the plywood, which I really wasn't expecting. And while I was prying it off, all the inserts started popping out. So they started breaking free around the edges, and yeah, basically just fell out. So I took them all out, and I started from scratch again. You'll see on these two pieces that the plywood actually stuck, laminated right to the fiberglass. Even though I had I think it was 3 or 4 coats of PVA onto the plywood. Now I've done some thinking, and probably a couple of things contributed to this. One was I used construction grade plywood, which has kind of some perforations in it. I don't know if you can see that. So perhaps the PVA didn't really get down in those perforations, fill them up on the edges and stuff like that. And then when I put the resin on top of it, obviously the resin kind of went into those perforations as well, and possibly you know, obviously stuck to it. So you can even see the PVA kind of peeled off right there. So that's maybe mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was that when I prepared the dash on the command bridge, I didn't feather back or taper back the edges far enough for the fiberglass to really stick to. I probably brought it back, according to this, maybe 3/8 of an inch, half of an inch on one side. So at the most, ½ inch, at the most. So when I redone it, I went back at least 3/4 to 1 inch. I tapered it all back that much further, so that when I done my layup next time, that it would give more of a surface area on that bevel to kind of stick to and to grab to. So that's probably mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is I was impatient, and I tackled this probably about 4, at the most 5 hours after it was laid up, and then I went prying on it and that sort of thing. So I'm thinking a combination of those 3 downfalls contributed to the failure of the way I done this. Now I saw Andy at Boatworks today. He done the same thing, and that's where I kind of got the idea from. And it worked out well. It was a good layup, and everything went smooth. He had a little bit of problems prying off the back as well, but not as much as I did. He had great success with this method. So next time I do this, like I say, I'm just going to do the opposite. I'm going to use probably marine grade plywood or something else with less perforations, more of a finish to it than what I used on this. I'll also bevel back probably at least 3/4 to an inch, and I'll let it sit 24 hours and then go from there. So anyway, guys, that's my mistake. Don't make the same mistake I did. The layup turned out really well, actually. You know, it's a no air bubbles or anything like that in it. It turned out really good. And I used 4 layers of just chopped strand matting, and I got probably a good strong, I'm going to say a strong 1/8 out of the 4 layers of chopped strand that I put down on here. Yeah, I'll put a gauge on it and figure out for sure one of these days. But yeah, so that's my epic fail, and that's what I have to share with you today. In the next video, I'll go through what I had done different. Sorry, there you go. So now the command bridge is at a point where, like I say, I'm just doing the fairing on it now. And to give you an explanation, I put the solid backing underneath the dash. So it's a solid piece of plywood going from one side to the other, and it's 1/2" marine grade plywood. So I done that, and then I done a layup of chopped strand and resin in each cutout that was existing. And then this is my second coat of fairing compound, and I'll sand this off and see how it turns out. And then right after this, I have some holes to infill. So all the screw holes, everything else, I'm going to be infilling and getting this ready for, obviously, end result would be to paint it. Hopefully it's not too far away. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. I just wanted to share that with you and go from there.